Well, it's the hardest defeat to take, the hardest one ever. Felt like at some point it felt like the World Cup is open. It's an opportunity for us to go all in and really get this one because I don't know. I'm short of words for a lot of reasons. I'm sad for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to put it all on the Super Falcons. Lost my mother-in-law this morning, so that's also part of the whole issue. But it's hot. I don't know which hurt most, but it's just it's just not a good day. It's just not a good day this morning, but the rest of the day will be great anyway. I just feel like I owe it to you guys. Give the show a 30 minutes push. Get your comments. I don't have any script, nothing. So let's hear your comments. What do you have to say about this team? I think that for the very first time, I saw a team that was tactically aware, disciplined, played very well, did everything that you need to do in football. Just very lucky. Hit a good shot, I hit the good woodwork. Another header, I hit the woodwork. Just wasn't our day. And even VL helped us, in a lot of ways. But it just wasn't going to go in our day. But again, this is one of those games where you lose a match and you're really not able to put a blame on anybody. You just say that we're not lucky, which is good because that's the kind of game. On a good day, on a good if not today, it would have been nice to come here, do some analysis, talk about Arsenal's penalty win in the Community Shield, talk about transfer possibilities, talk about a whole lot of things, talk about other times in the Premier League. But in all honesty, I don't have it. But great showman once told me the show must go on. And you guys know me. I remember when I lost my mom on a Sunday morning, I still was in the studio to do football live. So it was. I mean, watching everybody cry, talking to people on the phone cry because. So it's different. I've not lost too many people in my life, so it's different. I'm a different kind of person. The people that I've lost them pretty early. So having my mother-in-law, she's been in the hospitals for like 4 months plus now, so it's tough. But having her die this morning, you're waiting that's gonna happen, but then it happens, and then you are just not there. And I came into the studio hoping that these Falcons would make the impossible possible. They would lift my spirit. I put a bet on them. I put like every analysis that I've made, everybody that I've spoken to, I spoke on Channels Television, on Arise Television, on the other one again, News Central, and all I kept saying that the team will win. It's going to be narrow. I haven't dared to say that we might go into penalties, and everybody was talking about Lauren James, about the England team, Chloe Kelly, how good they are, their goalkeeper. But I think we gave a good shot. We've not won against a European team in forever, 9 times. And the last couple of World Cup, we've not won. We've only defeated Denmark. And today again, we had the chance. And winning against England would have just, put us there. But unfortunately, it still didn't happen. We had everything to win. The England that everybody was expecting to overall us, they didn't even do that much. But we still couldn't get it across the line. This is not the one where you blame the coach. This is not the one where you blame any player. It just didn't happen. Chamaka Nadoze, my heart good to her. I mean, when she fell down and cried after Kelly scored that goal, I was in stitches, like really, really out of it. Like, it's tough. But hey, life must go on, you're right. So let me hear from you guys. Thank you for all the condolence messages that you guys are sending. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who's also reached out to me, send me messages on WhatsApp and the rest of them. Thank you very much. But let's hear your take. Let me be the viewer today and you be the analyst. Okay? So what's your take? Your honest take of this game. What's your take on this game? Your Instagram, your YouTube. Let's get your take on this England versus Nigeria. I don't know any analyst that can come out here and say, oh, Nigeria didn't do well. I don't know anyone. Anybody who will say this is where we got it wrong. Yeah, We have been struggling for goals all through the tournament. We played against Canada, it was goalless. We played against Ireland, it was goalless. We should have won that game and avoided England. But even when England came, we still, had our own against them. And as far as I'm concerned, man, I don't know. I enjoyed the game, but it ended sad. It's such an anticlimax, right? It ended sadly. I was shouting, man, this game should not go into penalties. This game should not go into penalties. They got a red card and we became slow. But I understand that reason because we ran for over 67 of the game. So obviously you're going to tire. You can't sustain that pace forever. They tried. They shut down the best player of the tournament. By all statistics, Laurie James is the best player of the tournament. They shut that down completely. And they had the midfield. Ashley Plumtree, Jesus Christ, what a shot that hit the woodwork. Everybody, Alozie was good. Which it's sad for me to, watching Alozie miss that penalty. It's sad. Alozie too, she's not played in this tournament. I just hope that, okay, when she was coming in, I was like, let it just get even the deflection. Let something just go in for her, But it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Everybody walk their butt off in this game. There is not one Nigerian player that you will say, oh, this one didn't do well, that one didn't do well. No, this is one of those games where you will say to yourself, there is not a team, there's not a player in the Falcons team that have not performed well. As a matter of fact, I've been seeing all the people saying Man United should have signed Chiamaka Onadozie. They went on to go and sign what's his name now, Andrew Onana. Everybody just came to the party. Christy Uchebe played like she had like 10 hard to the pay. Everybody, Uchenna Kalu, Rashida Tajibade was running on the wings, and their crosses were beautiful. England was just solid, defending as best as they can. Everybody, for the time that she was up front, Ifeoma Onomonu was, hustling, pressing, and doing everything that she know how to do. I don't think there is anybody who would, in their heart of heart, just come out and blame this team and say, oh, the bad one, or have any words against the coach. I think Nigerians owe this coach an apology. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, but let me hear what you guys have to say. Let me start with Instagram as usual. I don't think I'll be able to hold on for 1 hour anyway in the studio. I'm not sure. I can't. I'm actually breaking on the inside. I'm struggling. It's hurting me on both sides. Losing my mother-in-law this morning. Falcons losing the way they lost. They lost in regulation time to a team that dominated them. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. But this is painful. Chuk say, Elebete, I'm so pained. I understand. Xavier _ Pablo say, our girls did well. Power to the girls. Mamosa, he says severe pains. Sorry about that one. Xavier, he said we had a penalty, but the ref didn't even go look at it. Yes, I thought that was also a penalty. If he could hurriedly blow the one against Nigeria, should have checked that one. Devanam say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Tabuna Josh says sorry. Xavier Pablo says accept my condolence, bro. Thank you very much. Devanam says sorry, bros. For your loss, thank you very much. Stabino just say we had a clear penalty. Do we go from here? I'm still looking for one. Emile Koduni, you say I blame the coach for the spot kick. How do you blame a coach for spot kick again? Must we always blame somebody? You say the girls try, but must we always blame somebody? Feeling so sad for the girls. Dante 2310. And Big Mario, hey Mario, what's up? He's responded to Remileko Oduni. You say, how do you blame coach for sport kick? How? Please explain that to me. Yamiti and designers. You say, my condolence, bros. Nigeria always have this gap with just crossing the last hurdle. Just that push to finish things off. Opportunities was endless in this one, but some same old story. I agree with you on that one. Charles, okay, say, I don't blame anyone. It's just not our day. I agree with you as well. I am _ Annie 8. Say they play so well and play fantastic. Oluyami says, Big Uncle E, I want to applaud the Super Falcons. Though I didn't see the match at length, it they give their best. Okay, yeah, they did. England. I'm escape. But English press will turn it differently. Or will speak a different language, and because you're in England, you might hear a different report. But the truth is, Nigeria was better by a king's ransom. Okay, Williams, the girls did beyond what I expected, and I'm proud to be Nigerian. They say we played with chairman, we did well. Okay, thank you very much. Fully Tomes joined us, and 69 Lema say that push was a penalty. The girls did well. Sad we couldn't win this one. Okay. What are the chances that even if they have given us that penalty again, we would have scored? I don't know right now because of how the game went up. Once again, the same old story. We can't get past the last 16, and we can't score a goal in the last 16. Favor Ozoji said, my condolences, sir. Thank you very much. Divine Toke and Yola Obidari, both crying. Divine Toke said, my condolences, boss. Thank you very much. Gwendolyn Marcos, my love. Thank you very much. DJ Lau for my say, so sad we lost. I am so proud of the Super Falcons. This is one of the best set we have had since the 1999 team. Super Falcons showed the world that we have a great team. I agree with you. Adija Lavoma say, so sorry, boss, for the loss. Divine Tonke, our attacking creativity stopped us. Adija Lavoma, the only guy who has still stuck with us as a member. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate sticking with us on the membership. There is no blame to anyone. The team played their hearts. Divine Toko say Todd Bolly should sign Uchebe for both the male and female teams of Chelsea FC. What a player. I mean, at some point the commentator say she must have like 3 lungs. Okay, she's covered every blade of grass. She's the N'Golo Kante female version of N'Golo Kante. She did very, very well. Digital said the Falcons ran the English players down. Favor Ozoji, though we lost, Falcons gave their best. Thank you very much. Lamiri say Falcons are excellent defensively. Going forward is rubbish. Okay, Uchena also he said the team was superlative. We shouldn't have recourse to flog. We shouldn't have recourse to long balls during extra time. Alozie had no business taking penalties. However, they all deserve credit. Coach did well. What is wrong with Alozie taking penalties, please? Explain to me. Defenders don't take penalties. Is that what you're saying? Jay Johnson, 130 says Odega had no business playing. Mamosa says we lost gallantly. The Nigerian spirit is beginning to creep in. We're beginning to look for people to blame. We're beginning to look. Not every time you lose a game, you blame people. Sometimes it's just not your day. And there's like I've said here before, I've watched a football game, Barcelona versus Celtic. I still can't explain that game till this day. I still cannot. And then Arsenal and I think it's CSK Moscow. I still can't explain those 2 games till this day. Both games, Barcelona had in the Barcelona Celtic in Scotland, Barcelona had 89% of ball possession, had 36 shots on target. They still ended up losing that game 1-0. Arsenal, CSK Moscow, Rosicky was in that game. A whole lot of players were in that game. Arsenal had 91% of the ball possession, and they still couldn't win that game. So it's not every time we blame people. Sometimes you just do everything you know how to do. Like it is said in the Bible, done all to stand there for. There's nothing again. You can't pass there. Imagine if the Red Sea didn't part. Would you blame the Israelites for coming out? No, you won't blame them. They've done everything they know to do. They got to the Red Sea. The Red Sea just refused to part. There was nothing anybody could do. Kanobo say, greetings all the way from Bristol, England. We are happy both ways. Many of us are supporting both teams. I understand. Thank you very much for watching from Bristol. I'm not in the best of. I'm healthy, but I'm not in the best of frame of mind. Not because of the Falcons. I'm not going to blame it on the Falcons. Lost my mother-in-law this morning, and I came into the studio from like around 8 a.m. Okay, was hoping to do the show, and then I decided, come on, we have the rights to the commentaries. Let's put the commentary on the radio, and then after the game, I'll come up and get excited. I thought we were going to win, Sha. I just had this thing that we're going to win this game because the World Cup is already looking like it's a World Cup for the underdog. Some of the big teams are getting knocked out. Hey, I guess it's England's World Cup to win now. Okay, John Doso says kudos to our own Falcons. Boza for them. Yeah, Uchena was okay. Chamaka Wangugu says you are absolutely right. All the girls perform brilliantly. Ashley Plumtree, oh my God. If only a shot had been a few centimeters lower, and Kanu also hit the crossbar. Tough luck. Lami say we had a penalty in the game. Lucy Gross bashed into Alozie in the box. Definite penalty, but the partial referee ignored it, and the VAR did not even look at it. Ebenezer Afolabi, the Super Falcons showed character. I don't know if I have ever watched Super Falcons playing like this before. I don't think I have as well. Don't blame our attackers. England has one of the best defenses in the tournament. Yes, they've kept 3 clean sheets now in the tournament so far. Lami, he said they should have left Kanu on the game. I agree with you on that one anyway. Dijala Ufoma say proudly Nigeria. Dijala Ufoma want to say I had the feeling this was our time. They had it on against Canada. England beat Australia. Uchena also you say Alozie lacks the experience. She is a great footballer, however, she needs to grow emotionally. She now has had a baptism. I don't understand what you mean by that anyway. But from a football person, I'll tell you you're wrong. It doesn't mean that I don't respect your opinion, but this thing you just said now is all balderdash. That girl have had a great World Cup, one of the best player in this team. So please, what is the experience? You don't need experience to play penalty. Anybody who talk about in 1990, Maradona was interviewed before the game against Yugoslavia. He said not even God can save his penalty. Because before that time, Maradona had not missed. Maradona had the record of not missing a penalty. That game, he played a penalty, but the goalkeeper of Yugoslavia missed it. Everybody have had to miss penalty, and you actually don't need experience to play penalty. I don't agree with anybody who talk about it. You don't need experience to play penalty. First off, you are not in that moment. England have more fans in that stadium than Nigeria. That's one. The fans of half of the Australian people are actually British people by annex, by extension. So they would always support England. That's one. The New Zealanders who came to Brisbane, they're also supporting England. So let's put that in context first. And think about the noise. The goalpost where they play this ball, the back of that goal, you have England fans all situated there. That's me not making an excuse, but this is fact. I've been in penalty situation. I played football professionally, and I know it's the reason why people hardly go to Anfield to win matches, because the atmosphere is key. So I don't think it has anything to do with experience. I am sorry to disagree with you, but this is the truth. So saying that she lacked the experience, that's so bad that like nothing has been so far away from the fact. I don't agree with you completely. You are entitled to your opinion, but your opinions should be fact-based, not just because you put a bet, or probably your emotions are all over the place and you just chose to pick those words. What is the experience? So penalty, now you now need to go. You want to go and play for Penalty FC and go and learn how to have the experience of playing penalty. No matter how good you are with penalty, you will miss one day. Harry Kane scores, Harry Kane misses. Suarez scores, Suarez misses. Mohamed Salah scores, Mohamed Salah misses. So what's the whole crappy talk about experience? Don't get me started. I'm not really in that mood today. Don't get me started. Adija Lavuma say Ashley's plum. I don't know what you spell, but that's not actually Plumtree. Goal would have been the next best goal of the World Cup if somebody to do you blowjob. I don't understand. I didn't allow for what's going on. He used to be a fine Christian man. I don't understand. Somebody will touch you for some place. So check. I've been on your phone just to type on you. It can be turning on you. I don't know. Okay. The allow you say now. And now the program they on. Nice one. Yeah, but there was no way in this world we could have started the show in the middle of Nigeria. Man. That's the most insensitive, most disrespectful thing I would have done, the most unprofessional thing I would have done. So there was no need starting in Nigeria was playing the game and then you say you want to do your show. Come on, nobody does that. I don't know. People can do it, but I have too much respect for my national team to try that rubbish. Yes, I want to do my show, but I mean, I say the phone is turning on you. It's obvious. When I want to say the Super Falcons had a good game. I think they did well. Better luck next time. Thank you very much for that divine token. You say Ashley Plumtree is my love. And Uchebi, they enter my eye. Now Ashawo go kill you. A lot Schwarzenegger. Ashawo, like okay, that girl where you kiss for your status. Maybe you don't go give her a ring, make you marry you. And other people, babe, now they enter your eye. Ashawo, a lot Schwarzenegger. Ashawo, I go kill you. I tell you now. Ashawo, we want you. What's it called? Just to slime, okay, just to slime. 2 slides to slime. Well, it's 20 minutes on the clock. I don't really know if my emotions can allow me push past this stage. We would have a good show, a full show tomorrow. I'm really not in the best state of mind right now. But Ebenezer Afolabi say, I agree with you, sir. Sinclair and Megan Rapinoe missed penalties in this tournament. Don't they have experience? It takes a lot of courage to play penalty. I am proud of all our players. That's another very good point you just raised. To our brother who came here with a very, very obscure way. Uchenna Uwosu said Alozie lack experience. Please, what happened to Megan Rapinoe and Sinclair that missed their penalties? Also because they lack experience, because they've won this World Cup, they've played penalties many times, they've scored plenty of penalties, they've dealt with pressure at this stage. So please, can you educate all of us to watching and listening and viewing world, what experience were they lacking? Were they lacking vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin Q, vitamin XY? What experience were they lacking? Okay, that made them miss their penalty. I've never heard that the reason somebody missed a penalty is because they lack experience. John Terry missed a penalty in the Champions League final. America missed a penalty in that same final. And some other players missed penalties all the time. Please, what experience were they lacking? In the 1999 treble-winning team in the semi-finals against Manchester United, Dennis Beckham had the penalty and missed it. Dennis the Menace Beckham, best passer of the ball, the only single player in the world that made 2 players become great in Arsenal history. He made Anrai become a club legend, highest goal scorer, and then again he started with Thierry Henry and saw Thierry Henry become also the all-time highest goal scorer of the club. Please, what experience was he lacking? And sometimes when we say these things, we just have to put everything in perspective and in proper context. Because when you say somebody is lacking in experience because they missed a penalty, I'm like, wait a minute, what are you really saying? Are you speaking English or Latin? I'm the one that is not understanding or so. Across Baba on Instagram, say penalty is a game of luck. Any time that goes to full time on the draw anything that goes to full time on the draw, I guess that's what you want to say, can win. Let's move on. Hugo Rosvendo. Okay, so let me come back to Uchenna also say Alozie is an amazing player, but I saw her make a lot of immature decisions where we lucky that didn't give her another yellow. My opinion is based on this. So how does that now affect the penalty that we missed, that you say she had no business playing the penalty? Okay, I don't understand. Okay, so let's also go to the decision of Lauren James, who's regarded as the best player of the tournament. Was it inexperience that also made her picked up a red card? And so, so let me explain this. There are people who watch football with the intent of fault finding. And it's okay, it's not a bad thing. It's called people being overtly critical. Okay? People being overtly critical. Maybe, you know how leading to a tournament you are predicted, this team will not do well. And you want to keep your ego and your pride. And you want to sell this notion that I was right from the beginning. From that moment, you will never see anything good in the team. Just like, let me give you a good example. Your brother brings a girl to the house and you don't like the girl. or probably you met her before, you don't like the girl. You just have this thing that you don't like her, probably because of her tribe, because of her skin color, because of her size, one thing. There is nothing your brother will say to you or your friend will say to you about that girl that you will like. You would always puncture holes in it. And I get that. I have a guy who told me that this team will not get past the group stage. So we always talk, and every game we want to play, say, oh, don't worry. When we drew against Canada, I said, don't worry, Australia will show una say una don't know anything. We won 3-2. He said, oh, you guys were lucky. If they added another 10 minutes to that added time, Australia would have equalized and won the game. I said, bros, we played 90 minutes. They added 11 minutes. You still wanted to add another 10 minutes. That's a whole 21 minutes of added time. What's happen now? Who died? Volcano erupt. A big earthquake happened for the stadium. But hey, that's his argument. That's his point of view. I let it slide. When we wanted to play against Ireland, he said, look, Nigeria have never beaten a European. I said, no, we're beating Denmark. He said, only one, we're lucky. We've never beaten a European. This Ireland, where they lose, will take us shine. We'll never qualify, we will lose. We won again. We drew that game again. He said, it was as a final whistle. He just come in. I'm not tell you, Ireland, where everybody they beat, first time man, we're not beat them. We're not fit. Fine. This game yesterday started like sending me WhatsApp messages, voice note, because I was busy. I was busy with the uprise. I mean the rise up. I mean uprise. Yeah, the uprise football flag football league, the finals, the championship. So I was busy. And it was just sending me messages, sending me voice notes, and I was listening when I was coming when we were driving back, and it was like, see, I can bet my life. England go beat us. England go massacre us. Nigeria, this is Nigeria where they believe it. I used to like your analysis, but when it comes to Nigeria, you know it's objective. As we're talking, he does send me 4 messages already. I've not checked it, but I've seen it flash. I know it's about the match. He wants to celebrate. So there are people like that. Those kind of people just cannot be open enough to see what is good about what you do. So somebody shows up and say, Alonso made a lot of mistakes. In this game, Alonso made more forward run than any other player. Alonso also is charged with the responsibility to stop the best player of this tournament, Lauren James. She kept Lauren James quiet for 87 minutes. And Uche wants to see all that. What he saw was all the mistakes. He didn't see the crosses that she made, the overlapping run, the movement, the passing. Just that one, all of a sudden, Alonso is no longer experienced. She's inexperienced. Oh, she was a disaster waiting to happen. My dear, listen. Like I always say, I'm not saying everybody must go the same line. Everybody must agree. Fine. I respect your opinion, but it's just that I think you are wrong. But I always say, I just say, make I find the program, come see. He even did live. Okay. Jalo Andrews, you say congratulations to Super Falcons. They did their best. Randy deserve a contract section. I agree with you 100%, and I think I'll take that up with the NFF president. I mean, I'm not going to decide his fate, but I just think I would. When we have our conversation, we have a conversation after this World Cup. We have a meeting. I think I'll take that up. Divine Tokeye said John Ogu just said on Twitter that NFF should get Randy to work with the Super Eagles. Okay. I wrote to Ray Ego. He said, my chairman. I wrote to Ray. You're supposed to send me a message on my Instagram DM. You know you dodge me, Abi. Yeah, you know, brother. Okay. He said, my chairman, you are really in the bad mood. I woke up to see the same result I was paying to, but it's soccer. They did well. We'll fight another day. Yeah, there's so many things that put me in this mood. My mother-in-law died this morning. That's enough. And watching, I hate calling people and hearing them crying in my ear. Like I really don't. I don't know how to deal with that. So I ran away, snuck up into the studio. Let me watch this game because I can't even watch it at home. My kids are asking me what's happening. Why is everybody crying on the phone? I have a bad habit of always answering my phone on speaker. So why is mommy crying? Why is Auntie Dara crying? Why is Mommy Rita crying? Why is Mommy Anu crying? Well, it's one of those things that just happen anyway. So it is. And I would say penalty is anybody's game. Could have been the English ladies. After all, they also missed too. Which I want to say there is something called emotional intelligence. I did not say Alonso lacked experience. Go back to your first state. Hey, stop. I can take a lot of things, but I think Passing your message with lie is not good. Alozie, this is your first comment. Uchenna Owosu, Alozie lacks the experience. Full stop. She is a great footballer. However, she needs to grow emotionally. She now has had a baptism. So please correct me if I'm wrong, or my education, my teacher didn't teach me well English language. You say you did not say she lacks experience, please. I do not understand that. Educate me if I am wrong, so that I can be properly educated, because it seems like you're trying to make it look like I'm lying right now, but I know I'm not. You said that there's something called emotional intelligence. You think, first off, that girl is an A student. That girl is a medical practitioner, and she's top of her class, top of her work. Combined football, somebody who is able to combine professional football with studies medical science, right, does not have emotional intelligence. You see this free data I want to get, it make una dey talk anyhow. As much as I agree that I'm in a place where I need everybody to subscribe to my channel and I should be loving everybody, but listen, in the name of say I want shop food, you're not gonna make me shop shit. There are certain words you don't use, and in the middle of trying to deny what you said, you are even using the worst word. Somebody who shut down the best player of this tournament, a player that nobody's been able to hold down, a player that is nominated as the best player so far in the tournament, somebody who shut that down, make the player to pick up a red card, does not have emotional intelligence. Your emotional intelligence, and you go carry and go move. I'm telling you, bros, you carry and go move. You say I simply spoke about experience, bros. Oga, talking nonsense. Rubbish now you talk. Like the thing where you talk, it don't make sense. It doesn't I not play football or I not watch this game. Now you come here and make this comment. I for almost believe you. One of Nigeria's best player in this tournament is Michelle Alozie. You're here talking crap about her saying she, and then you call the lie, Jonah McGee. Lame is saying England penalty takers are the penalty takers in their respective clubs. Another thing you have to understand: England in the Euros played penalty to beat Germany in the finals. England played penalties against in the finals against Brazil. England have also played penalties in different competitions, so they are in that mode. Nigeria, on the other hand, this is a team that is building up, coming. They do not, regularly play penalties. But that said, penalty is a game of experience. We saw Arsenal play penalty against Man City yesterday. Man City, by my books, are a better team than Arsenal. How come Arsenal won on penalties? You know the people that missed the penalty yesterday? One, Kevin De Bruyne. Is Kevin De Bruyne also lacking emotional intelligence and experience to play penalty? He missed. Who said that guy that missed the second penalty? There are two penalty miss. I mean, England only scored one. It was only what's his name, Bernardo Silva. So the other ones also lack experience and they couldn't score. That's a very very big usage of word. There are two things here. Some people know how to use English that they do not know the meaning, and they feel like it is comfortable to use it. Rodri, who everybody says have a calm shoulder, also missed the penalty. Again, let me also say, if you ask any coach, the rule of penalties back in the day, they say defenders are the best people to play penalties. When I was growing up in football, you know why? They see the game better, they are calmer and all that. Yet somebody says our own is not. Okay, www.bagage says my free data mentality. I can tell you that for free. Sometimes you just laugh. Rodri missed the penalty, Kevin De Bruyne missed the penalty. I'm sure they don't have experience as well. Well, let's go further on this one. I'm speaking about penalties, which is a mentality exercise. Okay, good. I'm also speaking about you using your free data mentality to talk rubbish. I want to go say, I beg, Uchenna Owosu, allow us enjoy our program, I beg. Uge Consult Design, he said our women played the best game and anyone who downplays them don't understand the game. Missing a penalty is not a criteria to think a player is not good enough. The game was tense and anyone could have lost. Michael Ede says, I think this is a massive improvement by the team. My kudos to the coach and his technical crew. The whole team should be retained. This technical crew is better than the Super Eagles. Jello Hendricks, he says, sorry, boss, I pay my condolence. Thank you very much. Ugem Consult Design. He said the Nigerian coach did brilliantly well to outsmart the English coach, Sabrina, the woman from the Netherlands. Our females played far better than the English team. The luck wasn't just there in the game. I agree with you on that one as well. And sometimes these things happen. But I want to say, experience to be selected to take a penalty in this massive stage. You are quoting me out of context. No, I read you what you said. You didn't write that. You're trying to edit your thought process as you go. Your thought process. So let me also tell you, because I'm sure you didn't play football. So there are different ways that coaches select penalty kick players. You said the thing about penalty. I wish I could bring the interview we had with Coach Olumide. So sometimes when it's time for penalty, coaches will say, "Who get mind to play penalty? Move this way." You will see everybody dragging yash because the fear of making up like saying me cause problem. That's one. Two, teams have number one penalty kick taker, number two, number three, right? Most. If your number one is not there, number two is there, number three is there. When it goes to 5-5 kick, it is about who is up for it. Most time coaches leave it for your decision, because when coach picks penalty and they lose, some players can say, "I don't really want plan before, I just don't want to disobey the coach," and that happens. So what happens is the guys who are the most up for it, they go out there. It's not as easy as you think. I used to tell Tony Becker something when I was in Villa. I said, "Tony, you see the way we analyze the game. I used to say, I said, the way you analyze the game, you're analyzing from what you read. And most time your analysis comes as an afterthought. On hindsight, everybody has 20/20 vision. But football is like driving. One small margin of error, accident could happen, people can die. That's how football is. You take a decision, you choose a side that you want to play to. Many factors can happen. On your run to the ball, you could miss a step. Because this is tension. The fans are shouting. There's noise. There's a goalkeeper in front of you. It is harder to score from 12 yards than to score from 40 yards. I've always said that with penalties. I play penalty very well. I find it comfortable. But let me tell you where that came from. It came from me growing up in Warri, in a college. Anybody who grew up in Generator area of Warri will tell you that we gamble. I'm a bloody gambler. Robert Akari, Francis, Edward, all these guys. We gamble. Abulu Samuel. We gamble every day playing penalty. One of the ways to make money to go and eat Mama Robot jollof rice or stew and beef rice or Mama Dollar rice is to take maybe the 100 naira or 200 or 500 that you have, go to the field. Say, I play 5, you know, cash 2. I don't know if you guys did it in your place, but that was a regular, like every single day in the field. I play 5, you know, cash 2. It was a regular thing. Sometimes you lose all your money. And sometimes you go with 500 and you might leave there with 5,000. It's just what it is. And it was a common thing. And sometimes you get used to it. Not everybody. I've seen Lionel Messi miss a penalty. I'm sure Lionel Messi is also not emotionally intelligent enough, or probably not experienced to pick a penalty enough. That's something you must understand. Anybody that can play 90 minutes in a high-octane game have the right to go play penalty. Anybody that also is fit enough to play in the 90 minutes match can go and kick a penalty. So kicking a penalty does not require experience. Let's be very honest. It requires your ability to kick the ball. Can you pass the ball from here to there? Yes. Now, does that mean a goalkeeper will not save it? He can't. Does that mean a player will not miss? They would. I mean, somebody skyrocketed their ball over the top. Somebody played their ball to the side. So it's not today. Penalty missing is not a today thing. But people just trying to blame. What I don't like coming off today's game is somebody being bold enough to put the blame on somebody. And that for me is ridiculously evil and wicked. Okay? I don't care. Like I always say, you have the right to opinion, but opinion should be fact-based. not concocted opinions, not opinions that are laden with lies, and you hide behind the fact that you have an opinion. No, you don't. You don't. You can have an opinion, but that opinion should be fact based. It should be able to be proven that okay, this thing that you're saying, there are other instances that backs it up. Okay, we say okay, that's true. That's the reason why. But when I come, this is how I was taught when I was learning this job. If somebody presents a superior argument or a superior fact, even though you are taking a position that is way contrary to it, hands up and say, okay, I think I was wrong. I'm going to take it back. But when people present, I know it's ego that is doing you right now. When people present you with superior facts and you're still holding your ground, then you have, what do I call that thing? You are a prisoner of hatred. Abongoye Ohili says kudos to our Super Falcons. They leave the tournament with their head high. Up, sorry, up Super Falcons. I wrote to Rego and say I am so sorry for your loss. Our prayer with you. May our soul rest in peace. Thank you very much. Lushola Adun says the team has a solid defense, a decent midfield, and can do better in attack. I agree with you 100%. What we need to do is build on that, that the team can be a world beater once our attack is set. I agree with you as well. Divine Tokay say one act that made my day was the English player sending the camera man away from Nadozi after the shootout. That was a class act. I love it too. I saw it and I was like, it was Chloe Kelly. I saw it was beautiful. I think that was, say, so I'm not a reef, English things doesn't really excite me, even though I'm an Arsenal fan. And even though the first 5 years of my life was spent in England and a couple of years after, but I just don't dig them. But I think what they did was class. Again, let me say this up front. I don't think they'll win the World Cup. If England goes on to win the World Cup, I've followed their investment in youth football development and women football in the last 15 years. I think that if they go on to win it, they deserve it, because I will always choose investment in sports over luck. And there's so much luck can work for you. Somebody taught me one time and he said, the thing with luck is you don't know when it's going to run out. But if you have a plan, you know where the plan is going and you can improve it as you go. But the thing with luck is you just don't know when it will run out, and it can run out at any time, the most important time and all that. It's like riding the BMS and you get so excited you start riding without holding the handle. You might be very good at it, but there is also luck to that thing. There's a point where you get to, if you're not careful, you go saboteur. If you don't understand what saboteur is, ask any worry person that they will explain to you. The line to go say, in the lemon green jersey, we have managed to draw England 0-0 in the male World Cup 2002 and the female World Cup 2023. Wow, that's some simile there. Okay, 21 years apart. That's good. Michael, they say my condolences to you and your family for your loss. Thank you very much. Lami Lamere say Alozie scoop the ball. You need to hit the ball from the middle. If you scoop it over the bar, man, I've seen people scoop the ball and they still want it to the net anyway, because a pananka is a scoop. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just saying. Condolences to you on your mother-in-law passage. Thank you very much. Lifestyle by Switch. You say my fear, Nigerian FA might not build on the Super Falcons' feet at this tournament. So painful. We had the advantage and this game in our hand. Let's cut the FA some slack too. I mean, if you take the thing we do with the FA most of the time is when the team do well, and any team, whether it's on the 17, on the 20, on the women team or the men team, we try to make it look like it's about the coaches and the players. When they don't do well, we now make it look like it's about the FA. I think that's kind of like bad. That's bad. We've been taught this way. We've been taught and conditioned to reason like this. I think it is bad. If the FA can take blame for what goes wrong, they should take credit for what goes right as well. Because at the end of the day, they are paying the bills. They are taking this thing. You might not agree, but it's just what it is. It's Patrick says on Instagram, he says, Wardrum has showed us we can compete. Yes, we will lose. He will lose his job, but hopefully we can build on it. Hopefully our country don't go into crisis before then. Well, Let's hope so. Let me also agree with you on that one. Let me get past anything which I have to say now, so that we don't drag this show to be a one-sided conversation. Martin Ogberry, he said the fine details of maximizing numerical or physical advantage in football requires quick short passes, patience, and a cool head in front of goal. Unfortunately, it's not always like that. That's the thing. Sometimes some teams get better depending on the player they lose. So if you look, this game reminds me of 1994. They didn't lose any key player. The player they lost was a player that was not in the game all through, that they were doing without already. It was more of an excess baggage. So losing him just made them like buckle up. You know what? Forget about this player that were trying to make the best player of the tournament. Let's play our game. Again, another thing everybody is taking for granted is Nigeria came into this game and ran more than they have ran in the whole of this tournament before. They ran more, they paced more, they double up more, they check up more, they pressed more. And so it is natural that after 1 hour of that kind of pace, they were going to burn out. They were going to tire out a bit. So games management comes to play. And that's exactly how the game ran out. And I don't want to blame them for that one. This is not the game where we became profligate. I did a video before and I said our biggest problem was the fact that, one, we turn over possession too much. We did better in this game anyway. Two, we don't take the chances that we create. Today, I wouldn't even say we didn't take the chances. The chances just refused to go away. We hit the woodwork twice. We create some chances. Our crosses were better this game than the previous game. Again, this is the toughest team that we've played against. This is a European champion. This is a pre-tournament all-high favorite. So I'm not going to sit here and really blame them. Whether the FA will retain the coaches and keep us going on this program, I really don't know. Martin Ogbewi says, as is typical with African teams, the Falcons lack that today. They need that skill badly if they are to regain their African crown or do better in future World Cup. Let's hope they learn from it and they get something from it. Lame says Aloje also scooped the ball during the inbox side netting. You need to hit the ball from the middle with direction. Okay. A lot of penalty coaches in this space today. How you guys have not applied to coach any of these teams? It's one of those things that I'm now wondering about. The football skit. People can say all they want to say. I'm sure you are Yiza, if I'm not mistaken. You are Yiza or Yisa from Port Harcourt. If you are, please let me know. I've got something to say before I sign off. People can say all they want to say, but football is not as easy as it looks. The Super Falcons has done a super job up to this level. I hope they can keep this team together for the next one. I think they can. Uge Consult Design, he say, accept my condolence, bro. Thank you very much. And Olushola Ado, he say, even with not to stellar preparation, see how well they performed. Imagine if we had the preparation of teams like England and Japan. We forget not. See, for me, we will be knocked out in the group stage. Nigeria has never done well with great performance, great preparation. Nigeria have always failed when everything is made available. I mean, last World Cup qualifiers is a very good example. That's the team that had the best preparation, that had everything going for them compared to the rest. For where we go, we didn't go anywhere. It's Patrick said there is no way they are keeping Wardrobe. Percy will their feet beat if them catch them. Well, one of the things that I have learned is to never say never in certain situations. Friends can become enemies and enemies can become friends. People can patch their differences. Reason can prevail over logic. I have seen that happen many times. And I know that there are people who are waiting out there to ask me, on the face of this, will you go back and work in Bella? No. You know why? Nobody leaves riding a Keke Napep to riding a Ferrari and going to a private jet and decide, no, I want to go back to riding a Keke Napep. It doesn't work that way. Okay, but reason over logic sometimes work, or most times work, because you have to put some things in perspective. This performance now, you consider the players and say to yourself, would the players want to continue working with this coach? It doesn't look like that. Again, the person you're bringing, Would the person command the respect of this coach? Would there be time? Because that's what we did when we let Ganotro go and say, oh, Guavon is coming. Guavon is my guy. But I don't think anybody supported the Guavon like me. But even while I was supporting it, I stood and I said, here, you guys listen to me. I said, sacking Ganotro is a mistake that will take us 200 years back. I still think we might not qualify for the next World Cup. Unfortunately, the next World Cup is a matter of life and death to many people that are not even footballers. What am my reason for saying that? The next World Cup is officially the Japan World Cup for West Africans. Yes, two of their preferred destination is the host of the next World Cup. This is where FIFA have done giveaway and bonanza for a lot of West African people and people from other poor countries. So I know that everybody would want to see the Super Eagles qualify, but the sins, the errors of our ways of sacking Ganotro is still going to cost us a whole lot. Maybe people don't understand what I'm saying now. What I'm saying might be gibberish, might be out of tune, but me, I know that there are Nigerians, since they heard that Mexico, US, Canada are hosting the next World Cup, they have started saving. They've been making their account balance good. They've been making their money good. Not because they like football. Oh. They will get the fan ID before anybody. They will book hotel before anybody. They will pay for flight tickets even before we qualify. And they will go get their visas. If possible, they will travel to the US or Canada to and fro like 2 or 3 times to create a travel history. Just so that when that 1 month, you know what 1 month can do? You go lost for America, you'll stay for the rest of your life, you're not going to even come back. So I know that a lot of people are looking out for that, but it just might be the World Cup where we still might not qualify. Although I'm saying yes, so they must let us go, so Nigeria must qualify. Beg you already did safe place. You still the talk. Well, I don't get anything what I want to tell you. Olushala say even with not okay. I think I said that one as well. Because I say you are good analytical analyst, bro. Thank you very much. I think I have done the best that I can do. I said I was going to do 30 minutes. Okay, I'm really in morning mode, and I need to go down and check on my children, make food ready for them, and explain to them what it means to say Grandma Otofe is dead. Like what it really means in literally terms, because my kids were looking at me like I was speaking Greek since they were born. My son is 11-year-old, my daughter is 9-year-old, and the little boy is just turned 4 this July. They don't understand what I'm saying, and I can get it, okay? I can get it, but I need to sit them down and explain that to them, and also tell them that they might have to travel to the village for the burial. They might, and I use the word might because we might decide to or not. Right? ESOL Studio say, boss, Raw is not a coach for Nigeria. That's your opinion. Unfortunately, he was the last coach that qualified you for the World Cup. He was the last coach that won you any type of medal on your senior national team. Since he left, you've gone to the Nations Cup and got knocked out in the round of 16. Very disgraceful for a team like Nigeria. You failed to qualify for the World Cup against a Ghanaian team that Comoros beat. Against a Ghanaian team that was horrible, the worst Ghana team that we ever played, with what you people call the best generation of our players. Do you realize that Osimi have not played a proper part in the Nations Cup? Whereas it was in 2019, but just big part. He didn't play in the last Nations Cup. The next Nations Cup is in Cote d'Ivoire. It's going to be his major Nations Cup. He's not been to the World Cup. He might not be to the next World Cup. And not because of injury this time, but because we may not qualify. I'm not saying we're not going to qualify. Don't quote me wrong. We may not qualify. So, whether you say Ganadra is not a good coach for Nigeria, considering everything on ground, I think he's still the best. You know that time that everybody said Goodluck Jonathan is not a good leader, he's clueless, he's docile, he's an imbecile. Why would he even increase fuel price to 187 naira? Why would he even dare say he wants to remove subsidy? That was 2012. For 2012, not till that's 11 years ago. Today, how much are you buying fuel? How much are you buying bag of rice? How much are you exchanging dollar? How much are you paying for? Do you still have the subsidy? So sometimes reason over logic works. This is just my point. The final message on YouTube here is from Additional John is saying LOL. Okay, Lamy says England met their match today. We give them a game. The pundits here in England were all shocked. I agree with you. We give them a game. We surprised them. We're the better team overall. But again, in football, say the better team is the one that won. Jonathan was tagged woman rapper by Niger. Yes, today we have Man Trouser. Man Trouser is in charge. They want to go and fight Niger Republic. We will never fit fight small boys. We Asari Dokubo get voice for Nigeria past Nigeria Army General. We won't go fight Niger. Hey. Oluya say, please tell your instinct to let us qualify. Now my instinct won't play much. I just have a factor that this is a World Cup where we will need to be political, we will need to be strong. So let me break a little. Let me give you. So I have like 5 minutes to make it 1 hour. So let me give you a little break. Zimbabwe, Lesotho plays all their matches in South Africa. That's going to be free 6 points donated, 12 points donated to South Africa by those two countries in their home and away games. Nigeria is not sure of traveling to South Africa 3 times against Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and South Africa and winning those 3 games. We're not sure. Benin Republic is coached by a certain guy by the name of Mr. Gernot Rohr, the one your former stupid sports minister says he should shut up. Now, that guy would rather die. It's not going to beat Nigeria home and away, but would rather die than lose home and away to Nigeria. So he could draw 1 game, he could win 1 game. Then Rwanda, who probably might be the donor in the group. If you look at this team's antecedent, they are not afraid. The Super Eagles team are not afraid to lose anywhere. They lose at home for fun. They do anything they like. They drop points anywhere they like. So check and balance this thing carefully. Let's say hypothetically, it comes down to the politics of the game. The president of CAF is from where? What country? Oluyemi. What country is the president of CAF? Mr. Patrice Motsepe. Where is he from again? South Africa. Overzealous referees who just want to be nice and make the good book of the man. So, hypothetically, South Africa gets another maximum 12 points against Rwanda and Benin Republic. That leaves Nigeria in a hole. I'm just saying, Nigeria can beat South Africa home and away and still not top that group. It's not like it's 2 teams that will qualify, it's 1 team. Then the 4 best losers will not go to play a playoff. I'm just saying what I'm saying, I'm just saying what I'm saying. It could happen like that, it may not happen like that. But those of now where they gather money to do visa, to go to jackpot through the World Cup, when I find another miss. Insubsidy say, make we stop to the overhype that below average coach. That's your opinion. Nigeria have never employed a coach that led a small team in Europe to the finals of UEFA Cup. Whether you call him overhyped coach, whether you don't call him overhyped coach, he takes credit for grooming Zinedine Zidane, Yuri Jokev, Bizanto Lizarazu, Lilian Thuram, and a host of others. He takes credit for that. Nigeria have also not employed a coach that can boast of say, I played for any big club in my career. This man played for Bayern Munich at whatever time. That's your business. That's the coach that you call overhyped. Whatever you call him, out of what the media where you listen to feed you. Your last highest position in CAF competition was by this man. This is the coach, the first time since me and you were born, that coached a Nigerian team that did not have a goalkeeper. Every other coach that have come before him have met a very good, solid goalkeeper, at least 2. The first time a coach came into Nigeria, there is no goalkeeper. It's not national team. Even the great Pep Guardiola, they go sign the best goalkeepers and the best players. This is also the first coach in the history of Nigerian football that had wingers who do not know how to cross the ball. This is national team that need to teach people, come with what you sabi, I work in your mentality and you win matches. But hey, what do I know? I can always say I don't know anything. So by hype, as soon as I talk, when I drive up, see what we do for our football. We know what we lose. We know how they happen. We know how they pain everybody. Let me pack my bags and baggages and go home and go and cry. And then console my wife. And then start calculating how much they go bill me for the burial. Because while we're crying, we should also be calculating. That's what I always say. You say I know some bit of, but I must always say the truth. While we're crying, so billing is coming. Even though I don't live in Billing's way, You say who they invite players? I should have signed that too, but let me just remind you. Are you going to invite players that belong to another country? Not be the players where your country gets. Do you have any player who sabi play ball? Well, let me put a pause to this. Thank you very much, everybody, for being on the show today. This is the time I'm supposed to look for Bucci. It is well. It's well. You don't know that song by Bucci. Bible in my left hand, microphone in my right. I get microphone, I don't get Bible. Declaring the counsel of the Almighty God. I bring you good news when you cannot refuse. It is well. It is well, my Gucci. I shall say yes. That is Nigerian musician. That is the entire person. You know, say this on a Keshi one that they talk so. This on a Keshi one that they always everybody want to talk about Keshi. Want to talk about Keshi. Let me not rubbish Keshi. I mean, I love and I respect him so much to try to rubbish any of his achievements. So let's respect him. Let's keep it there. But you see this thing that you keep saying, that you people keep bringing up. Let's leave it there. Let's just leave it there. Because the same owner, the first time I ever almost lost my job was because of this Keshi. This Keshi that you people are praising was 15 minutes away from being knocked out from the Nations Cup. Apart from that, this same Keshi, you people accused him of using the national team for personal arrangements. And because he won the Nations Cup, we will not hear word again out of reference point. Okay, let me pack my bag. Where's my bag? Where's my baggages? Not me say because they cry, I'm not going to talk. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you see come here tomorrow after you subscribe and you come and talk anyhow, like Uche now also, I will still tell you my mind. I'm not apologetic about that one. I want subscribers. Not me say I want to for my platform. They spew rubbish. So now me go read and my mouth people go for here. So I'm just saying it to you. Subscribe, but not call your talk rubbish. Those people will be say no believe say now luck England telling us. Congratulations to you people. Those people will believe. Congratulations to you people as well. But could just push at the go small like that. As I this way, they can go cry small. Oh yeah. My name is Remain that from Matthew 7. And I like to call me Elevator 1 or Sports. Bye bye.
My name is Frank E. Demudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports, my name. And I am the greatest. And I'm listening to Elevator TV Radio.